The sun beats down on Kaila's shoulders, a hammer of white heat forging the cracked earth harder. He lies flat on a slab of some miner's scorched sandstone. The rocks want the familiar pain against his skin. Below him, the desert stretches into a shimmering haze, a world of rusting bone. He is a creature of this place, a small, to minus slegged mammal in an age of giants. A fleeting thought in a world that does not think. In his hands, he cradles the clan's future. And his own. It is a gourd, hollowed and dried over seasons, its mouth sealed with the top, translucent bladder of a semi-minus lizard. This simple object, a piece of primitive technology born from desperation and genius, is the reason he is here. It is an echo catcher. This is his rite of passage, not a hunt for meat or a battle for dominance, but a theft. He must steal a sound to become a man of the sun-minus scorched clan. He must walk into the heart of thunder and capture the voice of the Parasaurolophus. He must prove he can move like a shadow, think like the wind, and own the silence. These are the survival skills that keep his people alive. In the long, difficult story of hominid history, this is a chapter written in stealth, not strength. They are Homo Habilis, the clever hands, and their minds are their only true weapons against the titans that rule this ancient earth. He shifts, his muscles aching from the long crawl. A line of sweat traces a path through the ochre dust caked on his forehead. He remembers the elder, 1-I, pressing the gourd into his hands. The old man's voice was like stones grinding together. The great beasts roar. He addressed. They bellow. They scream. Their sound is power. But we, the small, we own the quiet. Go now. Bring us the horn-minus singer's thunder, but do not let them hear you take it. Prove you are quieter than their shadow. His mother had watched from the entrance to their cave, her face a mask of primal fear and fierce pride, an expression understood by mothers since the first of the human ancestors dared to stand upright. Now, as into his solo journey, the weight of that silence presses on him. The world is never truly quiet. A constant chorus of unseen insects buzzes in the thorny scrub. Far above, the leathery wings of a pterodactyl slice the air with a dry whisper, its shadow a fleeting omen on the ground below. Every snap of a twig, every rustle of the wind, is a potential death knell. He is prey, and he has never felt it more acutely. This is the brutal truth of prehistoric life. To be small is to be hunted. He follows the tracks. Great 3- stowed impressions pressed deep into the sun-baked mud of a long-vanished stream, a path leading him deeper into the territory of dinosaurs. As dusk bleeds purple and orange across the horizon, he reaches the final ridge. He parts the stiff, dry fronds of a cycad and looks down. His breath catches in his throat. Below lies a shallow basin, a natural amphitheater filled with them. By whole herd, Parasaurolophus. Their bodies, patterned in dun and ochre, are like living hills in the fading light. Some are grazing, they're strange. Miners build mouths staring at the tough vegetation. Others lie in the dust. Their long, curved cranial crests silhouetted against the sky. In the center, juveniles chase each other with clumsy energy. The air hums with their low-frequency calls. A sound felt more than heard. A vibration that travels from the soles of his feet up into the core of his being. This is the place. This is where he will become a man, or become dust. The moon, a chip of cold flint in the black sky, throws long, skeletal shadows across the basin. It is the only light Kale has. The herd now sleeps, a landscape of breathing mounds. The low-frequency hum has ceased, replaced by the soft huffing of colossal lumps and the occasional deep, rumbling snore that vibrates through the ground. Kale begins his descent. He is no longer a boy of the sun-scorched rock, but a creature of the night, a shadow peeling itself away from other shadows. He moves with a patience learned from watching lizards stalk insects, one limb at a time, testing each footfall before committing his weight. The scent of the herd is thick in the cool air, a musky, reptilian odor of dust. dull, and warm minus blooded sleep. This is the smell of prehistoric life. Raw and overwhelming. He creeps between two slumbering adults, each one a mountain of flesh that could crush him with a single restless twitch. He can see the intricate texture of their patterned hides, feel the warmth radiating from their bodies. He passes so close to one that he can hear the slow, rhythmic pump of the giant heart within its chest. Fear is a cold stone in his gut, but his focus is absolute. This is the world of dinosaurs, and he is a ghost in it. His eyes scan the herd, searching, not for the bull, the great male with the massive, sweeping cranial crest, but for something smaller, more vulnerable. He finds it on the edge of the group, a juvenile, cold in the dust, its own crust a mere nub compared to its parents. Its sweep is the restless twitching of the young. This is his target. The final approach is a torment. Every grain of sand seems to crunch under his hands and knees. A dry leaf skitters past in a breath of wind, and the sound is a thunderclap in the crushing silence. He freezes, his heart hammering against his ribs. But the herd remains still. He crawls until he is only a few paces from the sleeping juvenile. He can see the gentle rise and fall of its flank. Now, the plan, whispered to him by one minus eye in the smoky darkness of the cave, must be perfect. He unslings the gourd. His hands, slick with sweat, grip the smooth, cool shell. He pulls a small, perfectly round river stone from his pouch. This is not about violence. It is about precision. It is about understanding that a beast's reaction can be predicted, guided. A full minus-blown panic. A stampede would be his tune. He needs a single, startled cry. A specific auditory display of surprise, not terror. He takes a deep, silent breath, holds it, and aims the gourd's opening toward the young Parasaurolophus. In one fluid motion, he underhands the stone. It arcs through the air and lands with a soft thump on the ground just behind the creature. The juvenile's head snaps up. Its eyes are wide with confusion, not yet with alarm. It lets out a single, piercing, resonant honk question mark of sound hurled into the night. In that exact instant, Cal thrusts the echo catcher forward. The wave of sound slams into the lizard minus skin diaphragm, which vibrates with a life of its own. A mild, captured thunder. The vibration travels up Cal's arm, a primal energy he's just stolen. The sound is trapped. For a terrifying moment, a huge head lifts from the center of the herd, its dark eyes scanning the night. Cal does not breathe. He does not move. He wills himself to become rock, to become dust. The great head lowers. The danger passes. He has done it. He has the voice. Now, he must carry it back through the sleeping mountains and out of the valley of death. Escape is a different kind of terror. Possession makes him clumsy. The gourd in his hand is no longer a tool but a sacred vessel. A fragile piece of his own soul. He cannot drop it. He cannot risk it, for every step of his retreat is a calculation of risk. A prayer to the silent gods of the dust. He moves backward, his eyes locked on the slumbering herd, never turning his back on the breathing mountains. The moon begins its slow descent, and the shadows twist into new, more menacing shapes. He feels 1,000 unseen eyes on him, the peripheral ghosts of nocturnal hunters, the smaller, quicker theropod predators that scavenge the edges of these great herds. He is a thief slinking away from a giant's lair, and the giant is only one part of the danger. He reaches the base of the ridge and begins to climb. His fingers, round and straight, search for holds in the rock face. The gourd, tucked into the leather sling on his back, bumps and shifts. A constant, terrifying reminder of what he carries. He imagines it slipping, falling, shattering on the rocks below, its stolen voice dissolving into the night. The thought is colder than the wind that whips across the high desert. To fail now, after succeeding in the heart of the beast, would be an agony worse than death. It would be a lifetime of shame. A story told in whispers by the fire. The boy who held thunder and let it go. This fear gives his muscles a strength he did not know he possessed. The anthropology of his people is simple. Success is survival, and survival is everything. Finally, he crests the ridge and allows himself a single, shuddering exhale. He turns and looks back. The basin is a bowl of shadows below, the herd a quiet darkness within it. He has walked into the land of dinosaurs and emerged not just alive, but with a piece of their power. He begins the long walk home. As the first hints of dawn streak the eastern sky in bruised purples and soft greys, the landscape reveals itself again. The world feels different now. The howl of a distant pack of raptors is no longer just a threat. It is a sound, a force, just like the one he carries. He understands something fundamental. To control a thing's voice is to understand its spirit. This is the seed of a new kind of power. A shift in the long, slow story of human evolution. He arrives at the clan's cave entrance as the sun crests the horizon, painting the rocks in hues of blood and gold. They are waiting. 1-I stands at the front, his weathered face unreadable. Kayla's mother is behind him, her hands clenched, her knuckles white. The rest of the clan forms a silent semicircle. No one speaks. He walks into the center of the circle, his legs trembling from exhaustion, his body a canvas of scratches and bruises. He slowly, reverently, unslings the gourd and holds it up. 1-I steps forward and takes it, his one good eye examining the taut lizard skin. He taps it gently with a gnarled finger. A faint, muffled vibration answers him. 1-I nods, a slow, deep gesture of approval. He turns to the clan and raises the echo catcher. The boy has walked through the shadow of thunder. His voice rings out, clear and strong. He has brought us the voice of the horn singer. He did not fight. He did not bleed. He used the mind, the quiet, the gift of our kind. He is no longer Kale. He is Echo Thief. A cheer erupts from the clan. No love. Joyous sound that echoes off the canyon walls. Kale, now Echo Thief, looks at his mother. Tears stream freely down her face, cutting clean paths through the dust on her cheeks. They are not tears of fear, but of pride. He has completed the ritual. He has woven his thread into the great, ongoing tapestry of his people's hominid history. A story of how small, clever hominids learned to survive in a world that was not made for them. He is a man. The gourd now hangs in the center of the main cavern, a talisman against the great beasts that roar in the darkness beyond their firelight. The sound within it is a reminder, a lesson passed from one generation of early humans to the next. It is a symbol not of conquest, but of ingenuity. Echo Thief's journey did not diminish the Parasaurolophus. It did not change the brutal calculus of their world, but it changed the clan. It codified the idea that knowledge is a weapon, that observation is a shield, and that the greatest strength of Homo sapiens ancestors lay not in their muscles, but in their minds. This act of audacity, stealing a sound, capturing a ghost, was a spell. It was the birth of a strategy that would one day allow their descendants to do more than just survive among the titans of the prehistoric world. It would allow them to inherit it. Their desperate gambles, their quiet acts of intellectual courage, were the first tremors of an earthquake that would, million years ago from now, reshape the planet. How many such sparks of brilliance, born of terror and necessity, flared and died in the long night of prehistory before our own fire finally caught and held? We are the echo of the silence they commanded. And on a distant, mist-shrouded island, another clan learns that not all gods bleed.